Lagos Parole Board visits Attorney General, seeks stronger support for parole implementation. Agodi inmates shine in quiz competition, proving education transforms lives behind bars. Plus, Morocco to host the 2025 CAF Awards for the third consecutive year. Welcome to the Grill News Bulletin, your window into the inspiring world of correctional reforms, rehabilitation, and service excellence within the Nigerian Correctional Service. I am Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Fidelis Stephen Diallo, bringing you updates from across the commands and beyond. The Lagos State Parole Board, led by Honorable Justice Candidi Johnson, retired, has paid a courtesy visit to the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro, to deliberate on strengthening parole implementation in the state. The Command Public Relations Officer, Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Osho Onimisi Joseph, reported that Mr. Pedro commended the board's commitment to inmate rehabilitation and reintegration, pledging full support, including the provision of a secretariat to enhance functionality. He also reveals that the government may soon consider granting amnesty through the prerogative of mercy to further decongest custodial centers. The Attorney General lauded the achievements of inmates who have pursued education through the National Open University of Nigeria while in custody, noting that some have attained PhD degrees, a true reflection of transformation behind bars. From Lagos to Oyo State, at the Agodi Medium Security Custodial Center in Ibadan, rehabilitation took an academic turn as inmates participated in a groundbreaking quiz competition organized in collaboration with the Inmates Educational Foundation. According to the report filed in by the Command's Public Relations Officer, Superintendent of Corrections Olarenwaju Anjorin, 4 teams, elevation, goodwill, liberty, and love battled intellectually in subjects like English, mathematics, and civic education. The officer in charge of the facility, Assistant Controller of Corrections, Olayiwola Ramoni, described the event as a shining example of corrections through education, urging inmates to embrace learning and skill acquisition as tools for a better future. The Liberty team emerged winners, but all participants received cash prizes, books, and hygiene kits. The program has become a model for how correctional centers can nurture both intellect and discipline. Still on collaboration and reforms, the Command's Public Relations Officer of the Federal Capital Territory Command, Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Adamu Duza, reported that the Federal Road Safety Corps Sector Commander for the Federal Capital Territory, Tarman, has applauded the Nigerian Correctional Service for its effective handling of non-custodial sentencing. Speaking during a joint meeting with FCT magistrates and NCoS officials, Commander Tarman expressed confidence in mobile courts and community service programs for road offenders, calling them practical alternatives to custodial sentencing. You are watching the Grill News Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television, where we spotlight discipline, reform, and service. When we return, highlights from Enugu and Kebbi training schools, a farewell to a dedicated sports coordinator in Kwara, and sports news making headlines across Africa. Stay with us.
When it comes to treatments in the female facility, we have a lot of NGOs we partner with, like ROLAC, like the Alpha Foundation. They come in here. The ROLAC comes with a package called Sycamore, which particularizes on inmates' character formation. We have an open university, we run open university, we have our GCE class for some of them that are trying to enroll themselves in the university as well here.
Welcome back. At the Correctional Service Training School, Enugu, it was a day of pride as the institution's Public Relations Officer Superintendent of Corrections, Sixtus Nwaneri, reported the graduation of officers of the first Special ASC Basic Course after months of intensive training. Representing the Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Nwakuche, Assistant Controller General of Corrections, Priska Chioma Oku, charged the graduates to uphold diligence, discipline, and professionalism in line with global best practices. She emphasized that the training reflects the service's commitment to fairness and inclusiveness, providing opportunities for officers who had previously missed the basic recruit course. In a similar development, the Correctional Service Training College in Birnin Kebbi celebrated the graduation of 174 participants from the 4th Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Development course. The institution's Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections Ayuba Bawa, reported that the Assistant Controller General of Corrections, Isa Muhammad, who represented the Controller General of Corrections, urged the graduates to be exemplary ambassadors of the service. He applauded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, for their continuous support, which has boosted staff training and improved inmate welfare nationwide. On sports, in Ilorin, Kwara State, the mood was festive as officers and sister agencies gathered to celebrate the retiring State Sports Coordinator, Assistant Controller of Corrections, Abigail Oreduni Ogumbiyi. The Command's Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Adebulugbe Philip, reported that the ceremony held at the state headquarters was chaired by the State Controller of Corrections, Tolorun Shagba Femi Emmanuel, who applauded her dedication and contributions to sports development within the service. And on the continental scene, Morocco will host the 2025 CAF Awards in Marrakesh, making the 3rd consecutive year the North African nation will stage Africa's biggest football celebration. And that's the grill for this week, as compiled by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Franca Awa and edited by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Solomon Njua. Stories of service, education and transformation from within the Nigerian Correctional Service, from Lagos' renewed push for parole reform to Agodi's intellectual reawakening, and from Enugu's officer training milestones to Kwara's celebration of dedication. It is clear that the service is not just reforming inmates, but also empowering officers and communities. Thank you for watching. Always subscribe, like, share, and comment on our social media handles showing on your screen. I am Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Fidelis Stephen Daliop. Until we come your way again, stay safe, stay informed, and stay out of crime.